worshippers like who's the timekeepers now, or who like
Kang. Kang running the show, but we not gonna see Kang and Loki. We ain't gonna see Kang till Ant-Man and the Wasp.
You don't
Quantumania. Only because he's confirmed to be the bad in that.
He is, but you don't think that they'll give us like a little sneak peek into?
No.
Not even a
not
team.
Kang a big character. That's
yeah,
like
WandaVision
giving us Mephisto.
Sorry,
no, it's not gonna happen.
There was a post scene where we seen Thanos, and he just went.
Yeah, but that was in a movie.
Yeah, these are their movies right now.
Yeah, but they said that
these are 45-minute movies.
Nah, bro. Kevin Feige said that for the movies coming up, you won't need the shows to watch the movies.
Okay, I missed that important tidbit.
Yeah, so it's like with that, you want some really big things to happen, but I don't think that we're gonna get like a full-on Kang. Like we see Kang. Maybe there's some hint to him. You know, well,
which
some
I think
version
there
of Kang.
are hints because Mobius is somewhat connected to him, and then Ravonna,
Renslayer,
Renslayer, she's somewhat connected to him. But yeah, man. After a week off, the Efficacy Boys is back on the couch.
Efficacy Boys, you know,
we back on the couch.
Shit, you feel me?
We back on the couch. What white kids say? Bleep that out.
Nope.
Nah.
We gonna let that one rock.
All right, that's cool. It's whatever.
Penny for my thoughts, penny for my sweet tooth. Pinching pennies is an art. Come around, you see proof. Mama tell me from the start, be a kid and dream too. Don't you rush to be a dog. Shoulda tear your ass apart. Summer in the Shadows, okay.
So, welcome back to episode 3 of the Summer in the Shadows podcast. You got your boy, Shadow.
You know why.
And on the phone, we got a special guest, my guy, 97, that's NSVN. We're going to throw that somewhere on the screen here. Just go ahead and say something to the people. Introduce yourself. Let them know about you.
What's going on, y'all? 97 here, producer, engineer, doer of all things, jack of all trades. What's going on with you?
Man, we just up here chilling, man. Wanted to get you on the episode, talk a little bit about the mixing process. I know we doing this new segment this week called Tell Me, where we having some people drop some questions in. And one of the questions, actually, I wanted to bring to you because I thought it would be cool for him to get the perspective of both me and you on the questions that he had.
Yes,
so it's up to you how you want to start it. We can either talk about just how you felt about the mixing process, what goes on into it for you, or if you want to get into this question that my bro has, we can jump off right there.
We can get into the question. I'll get into. We can get into more of the mixing process in a second. But I want to see what people are dying.
So first question is, and I'll answer it I guess first, and then I'll let you take off. And Lenny, you can answer it too. Which beat off the project did you like the most? For me, that would probably be the Tell Me beat.
That's a difficult question.
Okay.
And Lenny, what about you?
That's a real difficult question to answer. I feel like it's real mood dependent. This one might shock you. I might go with Looking Glass, to be honest with you. That's such a jazzy beat, and my poetry background be touching me sometimes.
That's fair.
So, definitely fuck with that. And Lie to Me.
Lie to Me is hard.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Yeah, stream that.
Yeah, what you think? Which beat you feel like you gravitated to the most?
I would probably say it was either Lie to Me or
Crazy song.
It was one that had a lot of live. It was like a lot of live instrumentation. Sounded like I want to say Planet Refugee.
Okay, yeah, with the Walking Dead sample. Yeah. I like that one a lot too. Actually, that's a pretty.
And for the same reason why I like Looking Glass is why I fully understand why anybody could pick Planet Refugee.
That's nice, jazzy, real laid back, kind of get you in your zone.
Yes, sir.
No, that's fair. And then I guess and this is from my guy Ben Tate. I'm gonna throw him in here somewhere so y'all can go follow him. He wants to know how he can get a feature. The answer is never. You're never getting a feature from me, Ben. Sorry, it's never going to happen. Average time to make a track from writing to final master. So this is obviously a two-pronged question because I don't master my songs.
Yeah.
Obviously you do. So for me, in terms of the writing process, it's a bit weird. It depends on the song. Like Lie to Me probably took me 6 months to write because I wrote the
portion.
Wrote the whore. Yikes.
You thinking of the door whore bar? I see where you're at.
Yo, don't blame us. We a little lit, bro. So now I wrote Lie to Me the hook early on, then I just left it be and then came back to it. So I mean, it could be months, but tell me, I wrote that whole joint in like what, an hour and a half, and then sent it.
And I know that we're talking about the album, but you look at something like Rage, that took you a weekend.
A weekend to write Rage,
and Smooth probably got that back in what, a week?
In a week, yeah.
Less than that probably. So it's really dependent.
Yeah, I mean, for you, what would you say? How long it usually takes you on my joints to? Because I think for the most part, I give you pretty straightforward, stems. Not a whole lot going on with my vocals.
Right. I also really appreciate, when you send me work, I don't have to spend all day fixing things. So I can just, when I jump in, I'm able to just focus on bringing everything out of that track that I think I can get out of it. So that cuts down a lot of time too. So I would probably say, man, I think I get yours back pretty quickly. Probably first off, just because I'm a fan. So like, I'd be excited like when you send me this. I'm just like, I'm a fan first. Like,
so you should be real excited because I'm about to send you 4 emails a little bit later today.
Yeah, no, look, hey, I'm feeling good getting the new music first. It feels good because believe it or not,
let's get it.
That's
I
true.
really do spend your shit. Even just outside of like I play old shit, like I go back to memoirs and shit like that. So I go way back when I can. But
yo, you're not listening to Cry for Me still, are you? You're not listening to Cry for Me still, are you? You can't be listening to that sad ass shit.
No, I absolutely am.
Hey,
oh my God!
Yo, before we get back into the question,
with black people, they set you up with the opposite of their answer. No, I absolutely watch it. I mean, listen to it.
Oh my God.
Yo, so I performed that song one time at Denison. We were still in school, and this girl cried in the audience before I said, never again will I do this song because I will not be able to keep the composure of my damn self.
Somebody cried.
You can't be surprised at that. That song would do it.
Nah, it would.
That was a little bit too much for me.
Nah, that was.
It's another one. Oh, you better not let me find this list. Hold on, because it's 3 of them. It's really 3 of them that I go to and I play.
Off of Memoirs?
Off Memoirs, it's pretty much.
Oh shit,
fun.
There's the joint with the Chris Brown sample gone. The one I sent was
that one's hard. Okay, so I got ABC. That's one.
ABC.
Cry for You, and I think the other one is Fun.
Right.
Yeah, that's what the joint that said
that
We Are Young
joint. Yeah, everybody loves that joint. That when they hear it. It's because it's a cool flip on the sample. Yeah. It's a really fire flip on the sample.
Shout out to Drummer Queen. I don't know if she still listens to me anymore, but she's a goat. She's a young goat for real.
We love Drummer over here.
But just to kind of seg back into this, since we talk about stuff people gravitate to, one of the joints that people have been gravitating to, surprisingly to me, is actually Left Right. So when you were mixing that, like, what was your approach to that, and did you think that was something that, like, because when I say, like, if I had to rank what people have been telling me their favorite songs are, it's none of the songs that I rap on, which is hilarious.
What does it say about you as a rapper?
Yeah, I don't know, because I got bars. That's
the real question. What does that say about you as a rapper?
It's hella fucked up. And I remember, I don't know if you remember this, but I had sent you a DM on Twitter from when Rick Ross did that tiny desk thing in his house, and he had Buddy singing. Oh my goodness, we're not going to say nobody's names because I'm gonna bleep that out. But Buddy was singing, and I sent them the DM. I was like, "Yo, if they could get this off, trust and believe. When my album comes, I'm going to be doing a lot of singing."
Yeah.
So people have been really fucking with Left Right, Guest Nights. 7 Seas is a fan favorite, and then they're getting into like intro, outro, and then the Looking Glass, Planet Refugee area.
It's weird how it's kind of like. The way that people enjoy the album is really like outside in. It's weird because it's like 3 and 10, really, and then
1 and 12, and then like from the middle.
And all the songs that kind of like are supposed to be coupled together, they like together, which is a good. Give yourself a pat on the back for that one.
No, so when you're approaching like the mix of Left Right and even Guest Nights too, because I know that was like the last one or one of the last couple that we finished on. What would you say your thoughts were going into it? Do you feel like that would be something that people would have gravitated towards?
I think Guest Nights I knew for sure, and that's another one. That I'll tell you, I kind of felt like a little like I don't want to use pressure because that kind of makes it seem like I'm sitting here sweating, and I'm not. It's just I know what something can be, and I have to pull it out. So that's my goal as I'm sitting here. But I think with Left Right, I think my objective on the 2 tracks was a little bit different. Guest Nights, I was kind of using the beat a little bit more, Because even what you were saying, you kind of want people to just kind of vibe to the beat, like you want the vocals to almost be second, as far as what they hear and what they're using the vibe to. But I think for left right, it may have been the complete opposite. Like I really wanted those vocals to take up space. I wanted you, like when you play it in your speaker, I want you to feel the vocals. Like I want the vocals to sit so crispy on top of the beat. That was my goal for that one.
Yeah, you definitely accomplished that. Lenny saying the same thing.
For sure. And with that, I kind of want to ask you, one thing that I really admire about your engineering is that you're able to find these spots in beats and add these effects, like the effect on 7 C's or the dropout on the second verse and Lie to Me, things like that. So how do you just feel that and you just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw something here, or you kind of like approach it strategically?
I think kind of two things. One, like I said, it comes from being a fan first, right? So I'm listening to Shadow's music, and I'm not just looking at this as a job, as something like somebody is paying me to do. I'm looking at this like I'm playing this music at a really loud volume, and I'm rocking. Like I'm sitting here rocking, mixing it. Like, so when I hear something that like my ear will want something, I just put it in, and most times it works.
Okay.
Because I feel like a lot of times, I feel like me and Shadow's visions are kind of similar in a way. So usually, like when I send things back, they're not too far, hopefully, from what he's looking for. So I know, like when I do something, I'll trust myself. And I trust that like Shadow will kind of hear the exact same thing as me, because you can't really do that with every artist. It's like I might want something, but it's like I don't really know this artist like that, so they might not really rock with me putting a drop in right here or adding like a delay that rings out for an extra 3 seconds over here. Like, but I trust that like when I send this back, I trust that Shadow's gonna rock with it and it fits.
Yeah, and then, I mean, I don't think we've had any experiences where it hasn't fit for the most part. If anything, it's like, yo, do some more of that. Like the drop out on wide out, and wide out and slide out on Lie to Me. It was initially on wide out. Lenny was actually like, yo, please tell him to do it again on slide out. I was like, yo, that shit will rock. And then you did, I told you with 7 C's when you put the effect on, like that underwater kind of effect
40
on that last hook. I'm like, hey man, let's do this like Thanos kind of dissipating Marvel effect. And I'm only bringing this up because I got Loki on the television right now. This motherfucker responds back to me, I don't watch Marvel, so I'm like, oh no, definitely got to bring that up on the pod, bro. What's good with that? How you not like a Marvel fan? What are you doing with your life?
It's not even that I'm not a fan. Those were never the movies that I had on as a child. That just those weren't it. But I think as I've gotten older, I've kind of seen the impact. And I'll say, like, I knew back then too. So like, as I got older though, like I kind of saw the impact that those had on people. And so like the last few, I've tried to like watch or even like know about, or even when people are having conversations about them on Twitter, I just jump in a little conversation real quick and just kind of see like how people like understand it. But I did go see that one though, and it's funny because I fall asleep during movies too. Like I'm notorious for falling asleep during movies, but I happen to be awake during that part, like just enough to see that part. So when you said that, I knew exactly what it was. It was just trying to get that
like,
in
that
audio
was such
form.
a moment.
That's funny. No, it's crazy because if y'all could see the way that like, and a part of the reason why I really appreciate working with 9-7 is that I am at times a very chaotic thinker, and I just kind of word vomit and hope that you get what I'm explaining, because if not, then I don't really know where to go. And like I said, like every time, the dude just gets it. You know what I'm saying? You get it. So
and I've seen some of the notes.
Yeah, some of the notes that I write, and it just be like most people be like, what the hell are you talking about? And you come through, you know what I'm saying, time after time. So that's definitely something that, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate. Did want to kind of seg a little bit, you know what I'm saying, we talked a good chunk about my music. You also make music. It's been quite a while since you've dropped anything. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying
project
to figure
on
out,
the pod.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when you coming back, you know what I mean, when you going
project on the pod.
When you going to drop that what's that joint? That Trust Somebody? Oh my gosh, I think that's the name of it that you sent me a while ago, and I threw that little 8-bar verse at the end. The people need that, man. The streets is calling.
Oh, with that one, I think
even without me, that joint is a heater.
Oh, that one was on my last project.
Did you put that out?
Yes.
Oh God, you bullshitting. No, then maybe I'm thinking of a different. I think I'm thinking of a different song that you didn't put out that you sent me a minute ago.
Yeah, I might have sent you a few. I do send
Yeah,
I
we're
send
going
a few out.
16 for
But
16
Love Somebody is definitely on that's on What Happened to the Kids. That was my last project that I put out March 2020. As
So it
far
wasn't
as
that then. It was another one.
It was
what's
something
up?
recent.
It was no, so it wasn't that thing because it was something else that I'm thinking of. I can't even think of it. But go ahead. You said as far as yes,
Forgive me.
That's the
I still play that one.
Yeah.
That's the joint.
Okay,
Can you
so
send
what
that through so I
happened
can still
was
play that?
okay. So sometimes like I'll make music that's sort of like out of character for me as an artist or whatever I believe my character is. I believe it's outside of that. So my last project was a lot of like more upbeat. I'll say like relationship driven music, and then I did Forgive Me one day, and I have a few songs like that. That Forgive Me was more on some like I ain't gonna say like I don't want to use the word conscious. I feel like that word gets overused sometimes, but it was more on some like I don't even know the word that I want to use. So I'll stick with conscious. I'll say that was some conscious shit, sort of. And I have other songs that are more on like some, not I won't say ratchet. I don't want to use ratchet, but like more on some like edgy, more on some like edgy shit. Like I'm talking my shit really. But both of those things can be considered out of character for me. So what I'll try to do is find a place where they fit. Find a place where they fit among in another project. So I tried to get Forgive Me and put it in a group of songs that would fit that moment. So I could just put them all out at once so it wouldn't seem so out of character. But I never really found that. So I have like, a few songs that I had that were sort of like that. But it was a little too sad. Like I didn't want to drop a sad project because that's not how I felt. By the time I was ready to drop it, I was no longer in that moment.
in that vibe. That's fair enough. I mean,
that's a good point for musicians.
Yeah, definitely got to make sure that like with the time frame that it takes to create bodies of work, sometimes it is definitely a reasonable thought to assume that by the time you drop, you're just not in that space anymore. And I think that would make it really hard to constantly promote a project.
Yeah, if you don't want to listen to your own,
perform it. Yeah.
I want to ask you that too because I talked to a lot of artists about that, and while we're working on music, we have I call it a window. I call it like the window, the moment, because you have music that you'll make in a certain moment, but also like you just said, like by the time you're ready to drop it, you're no longer in that moment anymore. So to like get past that, I always consider like making music and putting it out almost immediately after, not having that time where I wait because I feel like I've missed 2 windows that I had for 2 EPs that I wanted to put out and that were almost complete. So how do you juggle that? How do you do you try to put music out as soon as you get done making it so you don't miss the window, or do you just accept that by the time you put something out, you're not going to feel like that anymore, but you still gotta push it and promote it, whether it's how you feel or not?
That's a
damn good question.
So
I think that prior to 2020, I probably would, well, not probably, I had a bad habit of doing just that. I would make some stuff, I missed the window, like you said, and then it would never come out. Like, there was the one day, I have, like, old projects called One Day We'll Be Fine. Mm-hmm. I have a project called Rim. Yep. I had a project called, what was it called? There was another one. The name escapes me right now. But, like, I made them, I held on them for whatever reason, and then, obviously, you've never heard them. So I think that I had to get in the habit of not necessarily going record and release just so that it's out, but recognizing that once your music is out, it's no longer yours. And so the window that you're referring to, it may be a window where you feel like what you were writing about and you need to get it out, but the window for people to receive it may be completely different than the window for you
open.
to put it out. So like Left Right, for example, when we were talking a couple weeks ago, I said I didn't think anybody would really gravitate to that song. I'm not in that space anymore, personally, because I wrote Left Right maybe 6 or 7 months ago when I was feeling like I bare and vulnerable in that song. And now I don't feel that way. I'm generally in a pretty decent mood, and people are coming back saying, "Yo, this is the one for me right now." And when you hear that, like I said, that's one of those things you got to recognize that once it's out there in the world, it's no longer yours. Yeah. And you just kind of got to accept that. And as an artist, it gets kind of difficult because your songs are your babies, they're your kids. But at the end of the day, it's either none of us are really rich and on top of the world or on these Billboard charts. So what are we holding on to the music for? You know what I mean?
Like
hold on to it until, you know, we're ready for somebody to do this or do that. You know what I mean? People got to hear it in order for us to get the luxury of being able to sit on shit and wait until we're in a mood. Because to be completely honest, as far as my personal mood, I have been past Summer in the Shadows for several months. Like I have, I'm already
like in music,
musically and some other creative
like,
standpoints.
exactly,
like I, to be frank, I'm probably a 30% into my next project right now. Yeah. So I get it, not being in that mood, but you know, when you trust in the music that you make and you trust in the people that you have in support of you making it, ranging from obviously Lenny here, you on the engineering aspect, the people that I shared it with early, you trust the vibe and you just kind of get out and rock with it.
Yes, sir. You gotta do it.
Oh, man, but so before we wrap it up though, because we've been chopping it up for a good couple minutes, there was a couple things that I wanted to mention to you. One, to all of you guys, stream "Bad to Me" by 9-7. That's my favorite song of his. That shit is serious. I'll be running that, washing dishes, sweeping. Yo, that shit is hard. Stream that. Go run that up. We did a song together called "No Games."
I've been waiting for this.
Minute ago.
What I want to know.
Where he came through on the hook and decided he wanted to plug his album that was EP names in the hook of my song.
Free promo, ho.
What'd you say?
Oh man, I tried to do it in the smoothest way possible.
Talk about. I'm just trying to change my name. I'm like, hold the fuck up. Nah, that shit was hella fly. I ain't mad at that at all. So go ahead, go listen to that "Change My Name" project by 9-7. You will not be disappointed. Nah, man, we thank you for joining us on the show today. Appreciate you. One of these days, I'm gonna get out to California. We're gonna lock in on the EP, but you don't know that just yet.
Yes, sir.
Oh, do that, man. I want to come out to the East Coast because I ain't really been out there like that.
Shit, say less. I mean, hey, you get out to Baltimore, it's up.
It's chicken boxes and bitches. You feel me?
Whoa, it's definitely chicken boxes, but the bitches. Hold up. Whoa, relax. Nah, but thank you for coming on the show this day. Always a pleasure chopping it up with you, working with you.
Yes,
again,
sir.
if y'all need y'all music mixed and mastered, hit up my boy. We're gonna have his social media stuff somewhere in this general vicinity of where my hand is. Again, thank you for coming on, bro. You have a good rest of your day.
Alrighty, bro. Y'all too.